You are going to write BECE, or you are going to write WASSCE, or you want to get a first class at the university. Well, this video is for you. I have written all of these exams and I can tell you that I've passed with flying colors and gotten into the best schools in the country. Additionally, I've been a teacher for so many years. I've examined so many scripts and I can tell you what students are doing wrong and what the good students are doing right to help you also pass any exam you are going to write. If you want more information, you can visit my website patstune.org. Now, without wasting time, let's look at these 10 study tips to help you pass your exams. Let's tune into the video. This is the first step, a very important step. You need to understand the exam format. Every subject has its particular format or style. What I mean by format is it an essay? Is it multiple choice? Is it practical exams? You need to find out what is the structure of the exam. How do you do that? Through past questions. I cannot stress this enough. Past questions. Past questions are very, very important. So no matter what exam you are writing, you are not the first person to be writing that exam. Many students have written it before you. So get your hands on past questions for each and every subject. Now, once you have the past questions, look at them and see what is the structure. Is it multiple choice? Is it essay? Is it practical? Take a look at even how many marks are allocated to each section. Once you obtain the past questions, you even find out that certain topics are not even examinable. You may be wasting your time studying those topics when they may not even come into the exam. And so it's important to see which aspects come in, which aspects feature in prominently, and which aspects are not even examinable. And then you avoid those parts. That is the first step. Now, to the second most important step you should take. Plan your study schedule. Don't just wake up and then study whichever subject you feel like studying. No, you need to have a proper timetable. So when I say timetable, I don't mean the timetable that is being used in school. No, you need to write or plan your own personal timetable. You need to decide, what subjects do I want to study each and every day? At what time? How many subjects do I study in every particular day? Now, this is a mistake that a lot of students make. Don't study subjects you love or you already do so well in. You're already doing well in that subject. So why are you spending so much time in that? So you need to spend more time in subjects that you are not doing very well in. So if you hate maths, you should spend more time studying maths. If you hate science, spend more time studying science. Another mistake I've seen so many students making is thinking, oh, I love this teacher. I'm going to study his or her subject. I want to do well in her subject or his subject. Please, you are not studying for the teacher. You are studying for yourself. So ask yourself, do you want to pass some exams or some subjects and not pass others? No, you want to pass all subjects. So irrespective of how you feel about the teacher, whether you like the teacher or you dislike the teacher, you should still spend time studying that subject. And when you do well, you're not doing well for the teacher, you're doing well for yourself. Also, when you plan your timetable, you cannot study everything at a go. So you need to break it down into smaller pieces. And so you study small areas or aspects of each subject each time you study. And through that, you assess yourself periodically and see that you are making progress. So that is the second step. Plan it. Get a timetable. The third step, use good study materials. Yes, use recommended textbooks. Now, let me ask you a question. Is a teacher ever wrong? Yes, teachers are wrong. Teachers are not encyclopedias. They are not AI. In fact, AI even makes mistakes. So how much more your teachers? They make so many mistakes. So that's why it's important that you don't trust everything your teacher tells you. Confirm everything from your textbooks. And for the textbooks, not every textbook is recommended. So get recommended textbooks from GES. If you are at the university, get recommended textbooks from your lecturers. Another good study material, as I mentioned earlier, is past questions. Why are past questions good study materials? This is the truth. Examiners or those who set exams rarely ever set completely new questions. Yes, they are too lazy for that. They will just modify old questions, you see. So if you have studied the pattern of past questions, in fact, you see that most questions are repeated. So many of them are repeated. And once they are repeated, even those that are new are not completely new. They've just been slightly adjusted. So once again, get past questions, whether it's for BECE, for WASSCE, or even if you are at the university, Yes, the paper you are writing has been written several times. Get past questions from the university's library. Now, fortunately for you, there's another study material that is very good. That is YouTube or even ChatGPT or any other study platform or even blog. Now, why is YouTube important? If you are studying a practical course, something like IT, you will not be taught everything in school. The basics you will be taught, but for the practical aspects, you can go to YouTube and learn so many programming languages or so many other courses online. Additionally, there are other apps, educational apps that can help you in your study, like ChatGPT and many other study apps. If you want to see any other good study app for students in Ghana, you can click on the link above. The fourth tip is to master time management. Again, master time management. What do I mean by that? Listen to this. The term begins or the semester begins. I walk into the library in senior high school or at the university, and guess what? The entire library is empty. No students, or maybe 1 or 2 students. That is it. Why? Because students like to wait until the last minute to start studying. If you are guilty of this, tell me in the comment section. Yes, we've all done it once or twice, but that is not the best use of our time. So start studying as soon as possible. As soon as the term begins, as soon as the semester begins, you should start studying. Before we look at the next 5 tips, my name is Pat and I bring you helpful educational content. So if you are new to this channel, Pat's Tune, be sure to subscribe if you are interested in videos that bring you everything you need to know about the educational system in Ghana. The 5th step, seek help when you need it. Yes, in your class, you know those who are good in particular subjects. You know those who are good in math, science, or whatever subjects you're struggling with. Talk to them, get closer to them. You can even form study groups. Now, this is where you should be careful. Some study groups just turn into romantic gatherings or just playful groups. No, you should form study groups, if possible, with people of the same sex, not of the opposite sex, and it shouldn't just be 2 of you, at least 3 or 4 people. So if you know someone in your class, the person is good in an area that you're not so good in, approach the person. Let the person assist you or help you. You can also get assistance from teachers. Teachers are happy if you approach them to explain some parts of the topic. Even better, if they have the time, they will assist you. If not, you can get an extra classes teacher. That yes, extra classes teachers are very helpful to help you to improve in areas that you are not so good at. Yes, you can also get help from video tutorials. So there are many online classes that you can enroll in to get. Some are free, some are paid for. So if you also want to see the best online classes, I also put a link here. You can see the best online classes. You can take a look at them. The 6th step is very simple. Take good care of your health. It will be very sad if you're a BECE student or a WASSCE student, you studied for so many years, and then just that 1 week or 1 month you need to write your exam, you are sick. That would be very unfortunate. So how do you take care of your health? Eat good food, eat a balanced diet, vegetables, fruits, exercise regularly, and most importantly, sleep. Don't burn the midnight oil so much that you do not sleep. Many studies have proven or shown that you need sleep to be able to stay sharp and focused. So a little sleep, a little studying, you balance it nicely, and then you be at your best. The 7th study tip, very important, is self-discipline. Yes, we are surrounded by so many distractions. TV, your phone, the computer, so many people to distract you, so many things to distract you. You need to be self-disciplined. So as we said earlier, you've drawn a timetable. You have decided that every day at 6 p.m. you are going to study, and there's your favorite program on TV. What do? You need to tell yourself you have allocated that time for study, and so you shut the TV off and you go and study. Even as you're studying your phone, you must put your data off to avoid any WhatsApp messages or distractions that may draw your attention from your studies. The 8th step is to revise. Yes, revision and review is very important. Why is it important? It's one thing to say I have studied, it's another thing to actually remember what you have studied. So perhaps you're thinking, oh, I've studied this, I've studied that. Try questioning yourself, or try asking another person in your study group to question you. That is when you see that what you think you remember, you may not actually remember it as you think you would. Yes, so revision is very important. After every subject, there are sample questions. Use these questions to test yourself. Get a notebook, summarize everything you've learned, try to answer each and every question based on every subtopic you've discussed or you've studied, and then you see that it will help you to remember what you have studied. Now, one technique I'll show you to remember this is something we call mind mapping. Now, what is mind mapping? You try to link scenarios or what you have studied together, so it leads you in order. So from this to that, from this to that, from this to that. So it makes it easy. If you remember one step, it will be easy to remember the second one, then the third one, then the fourth one. So that is mind mapping. Now you have done all this preparation. It's almost time for the exam. What's the ninth step? Prepare for the day of the exam. This is very, very important. It will be very sad if you put in all this work and then you actually miss the exam. So what do? You must make sure you have the correct timetable. So many times you find students, I couldn't write the exam. Why? I thought it was 2 o'clock and the paper was 12 o'clock. So mistake, and you miss the entire paper. Or they run to the exam hall and then they've forgotten their pens, their pencils, their calculator. They have to go back. So prepare for the day of the exam. If you're a BECE student, make sure you have the correct day the BECE is actually starting. If you're a WASSCE student, the same. Make sure you have the WASSCE timetable. You are checking regularly to see when each paper is. If you're at the university, make sure you have copied the correct timetable. Sometimes lecturers will change the time, so you must make sure that you are always up to date. Otherwise, if you miss the paper, then all this information is just useless. If you're a student, you may be wondering, what career should I even pursue? Or what university courses should I read, or SHS courses should I read? What is the best career choice for these courses? Here's a playlist for you. It will help you to identify the best careers or courses you should read and associated careers with it. So take a look at it. And if this video was helpful to you, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next video.